Get in. It's the first post-match pint without Gareth Roberts of the new era without Gareth Roberts of post-match pints, and it's all gone horribly wrong. Liverpool have lost the Bangkok Century Cup. I have questions about the integrity of the Bangkok Century Cup, but we'll come on to those shortly. I've got Rob Gutmann with me, I've got Phil Blundell with me, and we're probably about to watch Liverpool get their runners-up medals for the Bangkok Century Cup, Rob, and what a sad little life, mainly.
Again, probably doing a lot of lifting there, because we're not going to bother watching. How do you analyse that game?
You don't.
I would say it was a game of 3/3.
Yes.
I
like that analysis.
Game of 3/3. I enjoyed first third Liverpool the most. First third Liverpool found themselves 2-0 down, but deserved to be but were better than Man United's first team. Liverpool compromised teams out, the whole sides out the whole time, but were better the whole game. Let's settle on that. Oh, look. Hang on, can I do the wizard?
That was as if by magic.
What a smooth taste. What a great bar. Where are we going?
We are in Metrocola on Lee Street. Is this technically Lee Street?
Metrocola, Lee Street, bottom of Harman Street, Liverpool.
There you go. That's the cell. Phil, a game of 3/3 is absolutely fair. I have to say, I found the second third particularly miserable. Three midfielders up front for Liverpool. They still couldn't stem the tide of Manchester United wave after wave of very hard-working pressing and attacking that we saw.
We played that many players. I can only really remember the ones that were really bad. we just watched a game of football where Liverpool used, I think, 32 players. That's what?
Do you know what I think?
Phil, it's a squad game.
It is a squad game.
It is a squad
I mean,
game.
that's
Jesus
taking the
Christ,
piss.
it was
Quite
a squad
frankly, that's
game.
taking the piss, Rob.
I like the most that we basically spent the whole first hour laughing at Nat Phillips and Reece Williams and the fact that we ever qualified for the Champions League with those two at
better than
centre-half.
Istanbul, honestly.
And then Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate on and proceeded to just do a tribute act to those two's first hour of the game.
I think it's a bit weird, wasn't it? Because they've obviously been back in pre-season a week longer than we have, I think.
It's a big week as well, by the way.
It is,
we've
but
been
they also
6 days.
They started what is probably the strongest team available to them at this moment in time. We started Nat Phillips and a lad that I reckon most people have never heard of as the right side of the defence.
Yeah. Isaac Mbaya,
and then
who actually
half
did
an hour.
really well.
Now, we then finished the match with players whose pre-season started 2 days ago, whilst they were jet lagged. It's ultimately it's a bit of a waste of time as we're going to sit here and try and talk about it. But ultimately, we've just watched a training session, haven't we? That's all we've done.
We have.
They've had 30 minutes to try and be as intense as possible in what I would imagine is incredibly humid conditions that are not really what you want to play football in. I mean, you can go outside and try and run in this, and you probably not be. I mean, I'm nowhere near as fit as them. Just let you in on a secret there, but it wouldn't be comfortable, and it's probably 10 degrees hotter, probably 20% more humid, and it'd be horrible. It's just not perfect for them. So, listen, they've probably got quite a lot out of that. They go. To Singapore, presumably they could fly to Singapore tomorrow, I guess. They'll train there a few times, play Crystal Palace on Friday, is it, I think? And again, they'll probably, I imagine that the next, that game is probably going to be a similar thing in terms of how many players they use, and then the pre-season really gets going for them when they get to Austria, I imagine, and he can leg them everywhere and do exactly what he wants with them. There'll be there's always one pre-season game, and I don't think it's this one, whereby we lose, they look terrible, they look exhausted, and then it turns out that they did about 3 training sessions all day and then played the game of football the night. Fair play, they're just being in bed, I think.
I think the truth is Liverpool weren't terrible. I think we lose.
Some of the football from the first 11 was genuinely really, really good. The way we were passing, we carved them open 3 or 4 times from back to front. It was really impressive, actually.
There's no way you could analyse a Premier League game, a Champions League game, a Cup game in England. You lose 4-0 and go, we're a bit unlucky, you know.
How do you usually analyse the Bangkok Century Cup final, Rob?
I would say
history.
That was very close to having been a 5-1 to Liverpool. That was the delta from 4-0 to United. 4-0 flattered United.
It was the worst moment of the game comfortably was Mo Salah's miss at the end. We were all
when we'd actually, to be fair, we declared it next goal the winner, and we did actually speak to the Bangkok Century Cup organisers, and they agreed.
It's an official.
So
rule.
We would have actually got the trophy if Salah had scored at the end.
We hit the woodwork 3 times. We played some nice football in between playing naive football. I think the scoreline's irrelevant. it's not just we were a week behind having had 6 days training. So we were about 110% behind, which is massive.